Should be alright with the mic check. Alright, alright. We're just chilling on a Monday. Big box. Big box in the background. Just get all this set and ready to go. You should grab my water. I didn't grab a water with me. Nice man cave. Thank you, big time. Thank you. Big box in the background. Big time over on TikTok. Again, if you see it on TikTok, you could go to YouTube. You'll see the higher resolution stream on it. Dave, what's up, bro? How are you, man? I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. We're just hanging out today. We're not doing much. I do want to do more of these. Just hanging out. Setting up. Talking, why not? Solid. Sweet. Again, shout out big time. Thank you. You only see a small portion of it. There's a lot more here. You'll see it on like TikTok and YouTube and all that. So yes, I appreciate everybody hanging out. We're just hanging out. It's been official. It's actually very funny. I made a YouTube post, and people like, it was actually funny because I intended it like that. People took it as like I'm leaving arcade builds and emulation and all that. And no, that was part of the joke. It's funny. I was going through YouTube. 7+ years. It said 7 years is when my first arcade video went out, which was the Gamecase, the portable arcade. That's where Gamecase arcades come from. The portable arcade that came out 7 years ago. But I remember doing emulation back in like college. So that's where like I say like 12, 13 years plus as far as like experience and emulation. And ever since I started, it was with Hyperspin. Hyperspin was really the only front end when I started, and now it's it was just time. It was just time to let it go. I couldn't do it anymore. I'm missing out on a lot of things. There's a lot. Let me just grab my water. Hold on. Oh yeah, there's a delay. I have like, streaming is not easy. That's number one. Streaming ain't easy. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but setting up streams, I got a new light. I'm actually excited because I could see it. It kind of washes out that TV. That's my dedicated shooter. It's just there. It's there for now. It's really supposed to be showing off Launchbox, but I will do a screen grab. We will launch the new 43 terabyte Launchbox big box build that I have. It was just time. It was kind of sad for me to see Hyperspin go, but I got to stick with the times. Launchbox has just such a community. Hyperspin, if you look at Hyperspin's like website and the community on it, it was like probably me and like 2 other people trying to keep it up and alive. And yeah, and it's actually very funny. I gotta find it. Like I said, I gotta make a video on this. I'm gonna make a video. There's definitely videos that will be made. There was a video probably maybe a year ago where I was like, I'm not going Launchbox. It was too complicated, and it's still complicated. I definitely want to exaggerate that. Doing the switch to Launchbox is not as easy as people make it seem. It's not. Luckily, I have all the ROMs. The big thing though, it's just time consuming. That's all it is. And the funniest thing they said, people just make it sound like, oh, it's easy. It's 1, 2, 3. It's not. It really is not. So that was like the one thing. And no joke, you're probably looking at right now. I gotta take a look because I've been messaging, the Four Musketeers. It's probably been at least like I would say at least a 2-month project. Just keep in mind, like, I don't work on it. I wasn't working on it every day. I couldn't do that. No, I shouldn't say that. I wasn't working on it like full time, 8 hours daily. It's time consuming. Having the ROMs is one thing. That was great. I had that. That was like 80% of the hard work. It's just transferring it, importing it, media. Media is like another thing that nobody talks about. Because even with MU movies, media is still a pain. It's still a pain, it's still a thing. I just like to make sure everything's on. But the biggest thing, at least, the main thing with emulators getting updated, something that I always avoided, and I would always like not make fun of it. I would say like I'm not for it. I'm all blue. How am I all blue? There it is. I was against it, but now it just makes things a lot easier. Using RetroArch. Yes, I have made the move. Everything classic, everything retro. I'm talking like N64 and back. I converted to RetroArch. It was before I used to have emulators for everything. I used to have like SNESX or 9X or whatever for Super Nintendo. I used to use like Nestopia for the NES. I would set up individual emulators, and that alone would take me like 2 days. And now looking at RetroArch, it's definitely a positive. It's definitely saved. It's saved. I'm gonna say it saved time, 100%. It saves a lot of time going through RetroArch, and it just makes things easier. I'm always against, and even now, whenever I make newer builds, I'm always against like arcade sticks on consoles, like NES, SNES. Technically, yes, you could play. Don't get me wrong. You could play SNES on arcade sticks. Is it enjoyable? No. That was like the main thing. I'm actually looking at my old Hyperspin. I would show you, but it would give you that Inception look. Super Nintendo was BSNES. That's what I was using. NES, I was using FCEUX. I used to have, like when it came to like Sega Genesis, I was using Fusion. It was tedious. I remember that. That was probably the biggest thing I was dreading was when I had to set up like Genesis. It was all the retro. That would take me, no joke, a day or two just to set up the controls on retro. Now with RetroArch, makes it easy. I also discovered mega bezels. That dude, or the people that were making mega bezels, amazing stuff. You could do the CRT effects and all that. But the biggest plus side is retro achievements. Retro achievements, it's funny, I was talking to Joel about it. He's like, I don't care for that. I kind of like it. I dig it. It's just like, your current stuff with, if you play PS4, PS5. Like, achievements to me was introduced with PS3. When I had my PS3 and you would play and you would do a mission and you would get the pop-up like trophy achieved. It's like, what the hell? So retro achievements have been added. And it's cool because retro achievements now keeps getting added to newer emulators. So we have like I believe PS2, I have that. PS2 has retro achievements on it. Duck Station has it now. It's getting there. So the retro achievement hype, stay on it. It's loads of fun. I technically did my 43 terabyte build first. I swapped that over. And right now on this build, I have everything set, but I didn't do the shooter, the DDR, and the Guitar Hero and DJ Hero. I was like, okay, now let me focus on the dedicated shooter cabinet. So that's why I have it up there in the background. Again, that is launching big box. Right now, the biggest thing when it came to Hyperspin, I had that thing where like, if you ran out of like memory RAM, you would just get like a big white exclamation point. So right now I'm running this. It's been on for about like 5 hours and I have not had the exclamation point pop up. I don't know if it does pop up with Launchbox. I'm praying that it doesn't. Again, that's really kind of like a computer thing from what I'm understanding. But that now, like I said, that's like the official, that one's done. I just have to now figure out how and understand how the playlists kind of work. So if I copy the Lycon playlist and put it into this Launchbox big box, that's like the one thing. But other than that, this right now, the 43 terabyte done. I have to work on my Excel sheet. I do have PS Vita on this now, and I do have my original Xbox on this. So it was a long time coming, and the biggest thing and the biggest challenge when it came to Hyperspin was just, you know, Citra, even Yuzu. Yuzu went out. Now you gotta get ready for Ryujinx. Ryujinx, the module I had for like rocket launcher, it was outdated. That's when I was really just like, you know what, I just gotta buckle down and do this update, because part of me thinks probably I was losing a little bit of customers when it came to Hyperspin, but I did have a couple of people that are like, oh, you know, you're the only one that's still, I don't want to say I'm the only one doing it, but I had some emails where they're like, oh, you're doing like Hyperspin and I like Hyperspin. People like it. That's why it's very funny. That's why I kind of chuckle and I laugh. Launchbox, big box, you could do your themes. That right there, the most downloaded theme on Launchbox, big box, unified. It's Hyperspin. So you could bullshit all you want. You could shit on Hyperspin all day. We still use that theme style to this day. That's what people like. People love the look of the Hyperspin wheel and such. So it's cool. It's cool that, again, you can see it right there. That's the Hyperspin style wheel on it. And like I said, I have so many things like to talk about when I make my official video. People like themes. There is themes that you could download on Launchbox and on Big Box. And, you know, if you don't like the Hyperspin wheel, you could do a list view. It's like very cool. It's very customizable. So like I said, the one thing, it's not easy. It was not as easy as everybody said. Oh, it's easy. Do it. Just go to Launchbox. It's super. No, it's not super easy. Don't get that like fooled and that illusion. Because it took time. People were saying that and they're like, oh, you could take your whole 43 terabyte and have it up and running in like an hour. No. False. I'll tell you right now, that was very false. That ain't happening. And then not to mention, again, like I said, I have MU movies. I had MU movies. That's what's funny. I had that since I started Hyperspin. I had the MU movies. I don't even know what MU movies charges now. I mean, I can take a quick Google search on it. But I had it. And when I did it, originally it was like a lifetime login. Let's see. I'm already logged in. You have an option to donate and upgrade. Jorge, what's up, bro? Rest in peace to Hyperspin. Yes, that's it. It's gone. That is it. That is it. And everybody says, let it die. It's gone. I want to see. I'm like logged in though. I think I paid like 20 bucks. Wow. Oh, they changed a lot. Oh yeah, look at that. So lifetime supporter now on Emmy movies is 60 bucks. I paid like I probably paid like 20 bucks. And I'm excited that my login it still works. But yes, yearly supporter, 30 bucks for the first year, $20 to renew. There you go. It's if there's any OGs that are here and know about Emmy movies, again, like I said, when I started Hyperspin, I had Emmy movies, and I remember downloading that, and they had to move the files over. Huge nightmare. But again, the biggest thing to stress is like, even though you have Emmy movies does not have all the media. So right now, again, my shooter drive right there, the dedicated shooter, that I did all the media for. I would probably say a good, like, throwing it out, I would say a good 20 to 30 games I had to make custom media for, meaning I had to like make a video. Not make a video, I just like went on YouTube and I recorded somebody playing it and then 30 seconds long in it. I used to have like this YouTube website that it would like you could put the YouTube link in and then you could set the time, start and end time. It just it's so many pop-ups on it. Like the game, like that Akuma game, the shooting game Akuma, you're not gonna find video for it. So I did make a video for Akuma. Sailor Zombie, that was like the biggest thing. Like I said, that's why right now you can see there, everything I got logos on all except for 2 games. I have like 2 games. I think it was like on the PS1 or the where it's like a 2-in-1 like on game. That's like the only thing. I'm right now at 280 like on games, not including Wii. I don't include Wii on my game count. Wii without nunchuck, I believe it's like 30 or 15 games. It just blows my mind that there's like sellers out there that are claiming like 400, 500 like on games, and I can't figure that out. I don't know. I haven't seen their list, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I don't know how you're getting that many like on games. Yeah. Flash games, I don't have flash games on my stuff. Maybe that. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm not here to shit talk other people, but again, people do look at game count. And not to mention right now, that drive right now, I'm trying to think because well, I added a lot of games to it. Again, you got current Techno Parrot on it, non-subscription. I don't do subscriptions. I don't have time to play, so I know it's like $6 a month. I know, but I'm not paying $6 a month for something that I'm never or barely going to use. So like that now, Techno Parrot, I have like Target Terror that came out that was free, Aliens and Terminator. I think right now the only game probably people would be waiting for is Walking Dead, and one more that Ray and Joel told me I forgot, but I'm not paying no subscription for it. I think right now my shooter drive, I gotta see. My shooter drive might have clocked in at like, I don't know. I don't want to say like 700 or 800 gigs. It's big. I honestly, it was very funny while I was doing that one. So this one right here, this PC right here, that's running a Dell Optiplex. Yes, I still have the OG. It's running a Dell Optiplex i7, 8 gigs of RAM, 1050 Ti. And no joke, I mean, I don't do, unless a customer wants it, but now I'm going to definitely just refrain from using Dell Optiplexes. Yeah, Dell Optiplex would probably be a no-go. I don't recommend it. Specs are specs. Launchbox, I don't know if it's eating more processing power than what Hyperspin was doing, but it's just it's good. Shockingly, right now, like my Dell Optiplex is actually good. It runs the games and it's running 4K because of that 1050 Ti. Yes, it's 1050 Ti running 4K on it. Could it be better? Yes. I was contemplating on getting a new PC for that, but I'm like, oh, I barely play it. Barely. I literally turn it on whenever there's a video to be made or family coming over. But I said to myself, I was like, I have two options. Update the PC. And again, it works. The PC works right now. Or put that money towards like 24-volt time crisis light guns from Ray Arpeg Electronics. And I was like, I would rather get new light guns. Aim tracks are still on that thing. Yes, it's fine. People make fun of me. That's A-okay because, like I said, I barely play it. So again, me spending, I don't know what Ray's at. I know for a fact when I build arcades, the 24-volt time crisis light guns, it's like $1,000 a gun. Gun for IR, keep in mind, modded and such. So spending like $2K on a cabinet that I use but not a lot. Like I said, I would rather spend money towards the guns than buy a new computer for that. That would probably be and I do have the vertical. That's actually the next project. I have to now take my vertical build, the hyper vertical, and then make that into Launchbox. Somebody has a cool theme. I have to look into it. There's a cool theme on Launchbox Big Box where they basically did vertical and they just did the marquee on top. So it's not like totally. I'm kind of interested in seeing that. Again, that right now you're looking at like, I finished the shooter build I finished like 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm just happy it's up and it's running. I'm also wanting to see, I should have the settings. Jay, there he is. What's up, bro? I should have it set up. And that's kind of what was cool, especially with this, like my setup here. I love the attract mode. It's perfect for like, this, like it's in the background, right? Granted, washing of like the colors and all that, I don't really care. But basically right now it's in the shotgun wheel, or not, that's old school Hyperspin. That's in the light gun wheel. And it'll attract, it'll actually exit out of the light gun wheel, spin, go into like Guitar Hero, spin, come back. That's what I like about that. That is awesome that it does that. That it goes like in and out of it. So like for example on the 43, it'll be in like GameCube and then like 2 spins later it'll exit out, it'll go to PS2, it'll spin. I do like that. That was like a big thing. But yes, that's there you go. That is Launchbox on that. Again, like I said, the hyper, I gotta rename it now. I have it now as Hyper Vertical. The vertical name's gotta go. It's cool. It was time. It's very funny. Somebody like commented on my YouTube short and they're like, what did he write? He's like, don't do that, bro. You're taking like a step back or something like that. You're taking a backward step. And I was like, eh? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Where did he say? Let me see if I can find it. Where are my comments? Wrong choice. There you go. He wrote wrong choice. I was like, huh? Wrong choice from Launchbox? I was like, and I already spoke to Joel. It was funny because Joel's like, dude, you should get a Battisara build. I'm like, no. I'm not doing Linux. Raspberry Pi days, Linux bullshit is a thing of the past. I am not doing that. Not. I know my customers. I know that they're going to want PS3. They're going to want to upgrade. They want to do Switch. Oh, you could do that on Battisara. No. It sounds like a nightmare. Once you mention the word Linux, nope. It's not Windows-based? No. No. It's a hard pass. You could go to Joel and get his Battisara build, but I am right now strictly Pandora box or PC. That is it. I used to be Pandora, Raspberry Pi, PC. I took out the Raspberry Pi. That's it. Too many people bricking it. They're not shutting it down correctly. Yeah, that's a hard no. Like I said, I'm watching. I want to make sure it should be exiting. It should exit and then go into like Guitar Hero. Right now we're seeing all the light gun games, which is cool. But like I said, I'm essentially going to screen grab and show you like the 43 terabyte. Other than that, though, been solid summer so far. Again, I was saying before, whoever's joining now, 2 months, 2 months to do this whole conversion, 43 terabytes worth of data, ROMs, moving from Hyperspin to Launchbox. And I'll be brutally honest, like as far as like media, I probably have most media, but I don't have all media. Like, it's not. PS Vita, the MU movies on PS Vita, it doesn't have any logos. I'm gonna do it right now. No logos. But what was also crazy is that like in Launchbox, when I would download media, it would say at the top like downloading like 3,000 images, and then like after like I don't know like 5 minutes, and you know let's say now it's like at 1,100 images out of 5,000, it would just stop. It would just like. So I'm like, is there media to be downloaded? I don't get it. I don't understand. But yes, that's it is what it is. Let's see real quick if I can run it. Right now, clocking in 52,000 games. 52,000, and I mentioned it before. I'll be brutally honest. The other big update was MS-DOS, Scum VM, and Windows 3X. That all came from Exo-DOS. What an update that was. And again, I'm a fan of retro and Windows and MS-DOS. That's childhood. Some people might not like it. That's A-okay. You could remove it. You're looking at, I believe it's a terabyte. It's 1 terabyte worth of data just on like MS-DOS, which I believe is also with Win3X. So yes. I just want to see real quick. I'm not showing you guys yet, but I just want to see PS Vita. Right. So if I go to image group, if I do clear logos. The other big thing is that sometimes when like Launchbox, it like adds, it like auto adds stuff. You could always take that out. So sometimes it adds like stupid files. Hide these. And it's like if you delete the file, it's going to add it again. So you don't actually delete it, you just mark it as hide. My 2012 game box I had built is Hyperspin, so yeah, it's definitely been around for a while. It's easy to use. I do love the whole cheats and adjustments menu in MAME. That's just MAME though. You could always just hit tab on MAME. But yeah, it is dated. It's dated, and like I said, it was just time to go. So like right now, I'm under PS Vita. We're gonna see if there's any new, or if I could download clear logos for the PS Vita. I'm just gonna do logos to be safe. Like I said, that was a big thing. People were like, oh, do it, like, you know, do it, bro. It's so easy. It's gonna take like no. That shit did not. That shit took a while. Again, like I said, right now my PS Vita, I'm gonna probably have to download if they have. That's the thing. It's like what media. I have to look at what media it is. Maybe I have to do game boxes, and then change the view. It got videos for it, so that was kind of cool. But again, right now missing clear logos. Let's see. It's downloading metadata right now, so we'll let that go. Again, like I said, I'm waiting for this to change from shooter to like Guitar Hero. But it's cool to see, like I said, this right now is running unified. The one thing is like I there was a way where you could remove the bars. As you can see there, you could remove like the ratings and all that. I kind of like leaving it though, because then you can actually see the game, like the game title. I know you get like the logo, I get that. The point, I think Dean might be the only one left doing Hyperspin. Hopefully he makes the move. There's just, again though, it's not as easy. It's not as easy as like people make it sound. It's really not. See, like I'm downloading right now metadata for Helldivers. Like, why? It's also probably because like I'm streaming, so I don't really know. Yeah, I'm gonna exit out of it just to be safe. I'd rather do that off stream before I explode and break something. Again, oh, there it goes. Yes, it's changing now. It went back into like on games. What are the odds of that? It did it now though. I see it. So I'm back in. I'm back into it, and then yeah. So if I go, like, for example, like Guitar Hero. Got it. All right. That's. I'm like, what are the odds that it span and went back to like on games? Oh, but then again, it's like I have. That's what's cool too. Like you could do it on Hyperspin where you could hide like the they call it what, platforms. So like I have like NES on that, but it's really for like the light gun. So I could hide that. Maybe it was in like a platform. But yeah, so like Guitar Hero, for example, there was like 5 games that don't have media from Emmy movies. So I had to just sit and like record some dude playing it. But it's only 30 seconds. But yeah, you can see Guitar Hero. Full screen. That was another thing I wanted. I wanted full screen videos on the previews. And then also you get like the option for like the theme videos, which is cool to find. Ray showed me that about the theme videos. And I was like, oh, that's so cool, because Hyperspin had a great, like, you know, the way to show the game, and it was really like 4 images slide in, and Ray's like, no, you got to download theme videos, and I was like, what? And then sure enough, there it was. Let's see, like I said, see, like, oh, son of a bitch, I've downloaded the logo. Damn it. All right, so now I just gotta sit and I guess rerun Emmy movies for my PS Vita wheel. And I only did like, it's just logo and video. That's it. I'm looking into getting like the CDs, because apparently when you do like the loading, the CD will spin, which is pretty cool. But I haven't gone to that extent. Doing a couple of the different views. You know, when you go into like a PC game, it's pretty cool. I have to take some games from my main PC, such as like Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered. I gotta bring that to this build. It's been a journey, and it's been fun. Let's see real quick. Can we run this? Can we get this ready? Let's see. So we could show it off. And it's cool. I said some people have like themes, and like somebody was showing off like a PS3, like the PS3 wheel, but it actually looked like the PS3 like X menu on a real PS3. So that was like cool to see. I was like, wow, that's it gets very intricate. I was like, wow, it's awesome. I've been missing out. But like I said, it's just like, you know, being able to just update emulators was the biggest thing. That was like the main concern. I was like, I need my emulators updated.
Big bucks.
Let's see. Beat it. One cam old way. I may have to do. Is that full? So. Yeah, there you go. That's a theme video right there. I'm hoping that you can see it. I'm pretty sure you can. Let me just make sure. Yeah, good. That's a theme video right there. So that was cool. And again, that's Hyperspin right there. Where like there was like, you know, 4 PNG files and then the video file. So that was very cool to see that. I guess somebody maybe recorded all that from Hyperspin. So that was very cool. Like I said, it's very cool to discover. Then, like I said, as you can see, like the bars on the bottom, I was against it. I was like, I don't like these bars. But then again, it tells you how many games are in this specific system. So there's 883 NES games, and it enters in, and then it'll run. Again, I think it's like, see, like this full screen video. This is high speed. Wow, this is high speed pinball. This is the getaway #1, not #2, on the NES. Interesting. That's pretty cool to see. But yes, the only last step I have to work on is basically joy to key. I should actually lower my thing to make sure that we're not overpowered. Let me just lower my desktop. There you go, hopefully we're okay. But yes, so some of the stuff, like for example, like you can see that Nintendo GameCube Asia had to make a custom logo for, and again, not every game has a video, but that's a-okay. You could even swap this out where I could put like, you know, it's got different themes to it, which is very cool to see. But again, added, that's a custom logo there, the PC game. So not all the PC games have videos, but it's pretty cool to see that whatever EMU Movies found, it downloaded it. Story-based PC games, PC racing. The other big thing is like, you know, it's EMU Movies had the option of downloading like full HD. I didn't download any low quality. I didn't have that checkbox made. But it's like, it is what it is. Like this isn't like high quality. But like that actually was pretty nice. That Pinball FX one. That was like this is like a pretty high resolution video right here. So it is what it is. Again, I have PS Vita. I think PS Vita I'm gonna have to do. Like I said, if I enter in, I believe I have it set to the list view. I don't. See, I don't have all the video, all the images, all the logos for PS Vita, because apparently there was like, I gotta like rerun EMU Movies to see if that's anything. Jersey, what's up, bro? If I run it though real quick, I'm gonna hit this and then I'm gonna bring in, where's my button? Just beat it. There it is. I dig the wall view. But again, I have to fix this so that it'll show like box art or something. Because right now, like, I don't like the way that looks. The best example is the PC games. My PC game wheel, like I said, I don't really have videos for my PC games. So again, if I go to like story-based PC games, that's sick. I like how this looks. I can see everything here. I can do Roller Coaster Tycoon. I like how this view looks. Oh, let's see here. Jersey John. Hey Vic, I left Arcade 1's group because of several reasons, but I offered to move Carlos's entire Hyperspin build to Big Box because Hyperspin is just a pain in the ass. It's true. Carlos said how Big Box sucks and Hyperspin is the best. I tried explaining how adding everything is easier. His feelings got hurt, and anything Carlos says, he gets 20 people to jump in. Carlos is a cool dude. I don't, like I said, I'm not the type to talk bad about other builders and all that, but yes, it's kind of like me. I didn't want to move to Hyperspin. I didn't want to do that jump. I made the choice to switch because emulators were getting updated. And once you updated an emulator, and if the module doesn't communicate, it's a wrap. I don't know if Carlos is the one that's making his modules. If he is, cool. I dabbled into it. I mean, I'm not going to say like I know how to do it, because then it's like, why did you make the move, Vic? But it hit a point where Dolphin was my #1 thing. Dolphin updated to like 5.0, and then that was it. I was screwed. I had to revert back. I had to run like old Dolphin, and I'm like, Dolphin's getting such updates, especially like Guitar Hero. I was like, I can't do that shit no more. But some people just don't. I thought Carlos offered a multi setup where it's like he does Big Box and Hyperspin and Retro Bat and all that BS to it. He said he was up all night adding Pinball FX. Launchbox is quicker. I did it in 10 minutes. Me personally, so like whenever I say this to all the people, you know, when it comes to like this, like an arcade setup like this, yes, I have pinball. I don't have that mapped to arcade sticks because that's just fucking stupid. No disrespect. Keep pinball with virtual pinball. For me though now, my Pinball FX stuff, I just have it set to launch the game. There's like absolutely no reason. I'm missing my trackball logo. I have to do one less logo, trackball games. There's really no reason to put all the tables like a virtual pinball machine setup. I think that's stupid. That's just my opinion. I'm not doing that. So if I go into pinball, I basically have it just launches the emulator. That is it. Or I should say like the PC program. You launch Pinball M and it just loads. That's it. I am not putting 400 tables on my FX wheel. I think that's kind of silly. They got mad. He threatened to block me. Oh, just pinball drives and Hyperspin. Yeah, no, that's I don't know. Some people get upset. Some people, like I said, originally I was like, I gotta find the video of it. Like I said, about a year ago, I said to myself, I was like, I'm not gonna update to Launchbox. I'm not doing that. I hit a point, just like what you said. I got customers that want to add games. You got to know XML. I have my buddy Project Canada. He now is like an expert at adding games. It's not that difficult to add a game, but it's a process. XML, if you fuck up the XML, you fuck up your whole game menu and you're assed out. Luckily, I said Project Canada, I taught him. I said, make sure, dude, the number one thing when it comes to updating and making and adding games, I was like, you better pray to God that you made a backup of your XML. You need to back up your XML. If you don't, you're screwed. But it is what it is. Like I said, I was one of those people. I was like, I'm not going to do this update, and I had to. Like I said, I was hitting emulators that needed to be updated. PS3 needed to be updated. Dolphin. PS1. Well, now it's DuckStation. I moved from ESPXE. I moved from that to DuckStation because DuckStation is getting like updated. PCSX2, that's getting updated. I had to make that move. And like I said, anytime you updated, when I was doing Hyperspin, I would update an emulator. I would have to keep a backup of my old emulator in case shit hit the fan. Like I said, the worst one was even Technoparrot. Technoparrot was a fucking nightmare when I was doing these updates. I think it was Dolphin. I had one, or Yuzu. Yuzu was like, it updated, I would be able to launch a game, but when I exited, it wouldn't close Yuzu. So it was just stuck on like the loading screen. And I'm like, ah. But yeah, it was time. It's definitely time to do that. The point was, I was just saying, Big Box was better. He threatened to block me. He said I'm too violent. Interesting. You're too violent, Johnny. That's it. Get out. You're too violent for speaking and talking about, giving a recommendation. I don't know. Some people are just nothing you could do, man. In all honesty, let's be real, right? You have RK1. You have the ROMs. So you kind of like I was saying to people. I was like, listen, if you think it's that easy, you do it. Get the ROMs. You have the ROMs. Do it. And that's like the best thing. As you can see, people do that. And it works out in the end. That's it. But honestly, like another big thing too, this is just so much more high resolution. I like the logos on this and everything. Hyperspin, before running that like on a 4K screen, it was like pixelated. Almost like this right here. How this Toomba is. This is a theme video. It's like, it looked just like hairy. It looked like fuzzy. And now it looks great. Like the logos and everything, it looks awesome. It was a much needed thing. And again, I had customers that are like, Vic, I'm looking for a Launchbox build. And at the time I was like, I'm not doing Launchbox. But now, sorry. Facebook Marketplace. That's another thing. The marketplace, or even just the market in general, people looking for arcade cabinets has gone wild. It's fucking nuts. I offered to do it for him for free, but it's a cult over there. Not trying to spam your chat. It's okay. Don't worry, Johnny. I'm happy somebody's here talking. I know Jay is working, so Jay's here. I'm just happy somebody's talking. It's perfectly fine. I appreciate all the compliments, Johnny. I've seen all your videos. I've even sadly seen, I think it was on the virtual pinball group where some dude just like went off on you and was like nobody watches this shit. Like, nobody's gonna subscribe to you. I'm like, damn, but people are scum. And it's funny because I always say to people, like, I see everything. I might not reply, I might not comment. I see everything. And I did see that comment, and I was like, that guy's a fucking dick. So don't sweat it, dude. I don't mind anyone writing and comment. I don't care. Like, that's just conversation. I have 84K. Oh, 84,000 games? That's a lot. It's a lot of games. Again, for me, my main thing is I don't want both. I always call it, I always say it, no BS, no filler. All like main games. You know, I don't want like I always say it. I got to find a different console to say because I keep saying it. I was like, I don't want Texas Instruments on my fucking cabinet. This right now is running Unified. Unified also made another theme called Unified Refried. Again, it's Hyperspin. Like, that's where I always laugh, where people, like, they shit talk Hyperspin. I'm like, the theme, though, works. So this is Unified. There is Unified Refried. I liked it because it took out the arrow on the side. But, as you can see right now, all the videos are full screen stretched, which I like. I don't mind it. I know it's, like, pixelated, but it's full screen stretched. Unified Refried, this view, this vertical wheel 4 view, it brings in sidebars, and I'm like, oh, I just like the full screen stretch. I know it's pixelated, I know, it's fine, but yeah, I don't mind it. Yes, many people have seen the Topper video, yes, and there's always haters everywhere. Somebody asked that to me. Somebody requested jukebox on a virtual pin, and I was like, I'll put the emulator in, but I'm not setting that up. There's no way. I'm not setting that up. You might as well get like Spotify or something like that. I'm not dealing with that. Oh, awesome. Not to mention I'm hoping like you get it in like a 4K stream right now. But yeah, no, and that's like another thing they said. That's what's cool with Launchbox. People could go and, download different themes. It's like crazy. There was like another one. I originally had another one called like, it was like a purple theme. I was like, this looks kind of nice, but it's just cool. You could just download different themes. If you're not a fan of like videos and you want just text, like like I said, it's a refreshing step. Somebody asked me if I could do like a retro bat build. I was like, nope, I'm not, nope, nope. But yes, haters will always hate. Anybody that sees you happy, they will always hate forever and ever. It's just the way of life. Last thing I was gonna bring up, it's actually very funny. I made a short about it. And it's funny because it's like, I don't really know how to explain it. I got like these past 2 weeks. Yeah, the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks I had I said if you follow the channel, I had the guy, if you see my Royal Rumble with the translate, and I made like a video about it. Oh my gosh, Retro Refurbs, I believe. 2 weeks ago, the guy reached out to me randomly. I didn't request this. I did write him an email giving my opinion on the print. He reached out to me 2 weeks ago randomly, and he was like, "Hey Vic, we have new like print quality. We have like new what's the word? Like new hardware. We have like new printers. If you don't mind, we're gonna send you another translate. Would you be willing to accept another translate and just check it out?" I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll take another translate, of course. So I'm thinking maybe on Pinside, there was people that were talking about my translate, or I posted it to the WWF forum part, and people were like, yeah, no, that looks god-awful. So maybe he saw it. Maybe he saw the comments. That's why I'm in this thing now where I'm like, just post. I tell everybody, just post. Just post it. You're going to get haters all day, just post. It's going to make you happy, post, right? So that was one thing that I have coming in. I'm waiting for that. Second thing I got going on, which I haven't really spoken about, I haven't made a video about it. When I got my Pin 2 DMD for my Royal Rumble, the guy from Retro City, he reached out to me, and he's like, "Hey Vic, we have like so the big thing about even on your V pin, if you have the color DMD for Royal Rumble on your V pin, you might see like colorization is not correct on some things." The dude reached out to me. He's like, "Hey Vic, man, if you're down, we're gonna send you beta. I have the beta pinned to DMD files, and it fixed a shitload of stuff. And I've been going back and forth. I said to him, I was like, I'll make a video about it. And so I've been making the video because the guy's like, I don't have like, he doesn't have a Royal Rumble. So he's like, you have one. If you could test stuff, cool. So I've been making videos. We're right now in the 3rd version of the beta. And I think it's like finalized. It was really cool. Like I said, that's it. Just post. I posted. The guy saw the videos and he reached out to me and he was like, oh, dude, like you could help me perfect this. I was like, awesome. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about, because I see you writing, the last thing I always say to people, just post. You never know who sees it. Last week, my jaw hit the floor. Last week I got a message on Facebook Facebook Messenger, randomly, and I'm still to this day trying to understand how this guy found me. I got a message from Ken Cromwell. If you don't know who that is the marketing guy from Jersey Jack Pinball. I had this guy Ken DM me, and I was driving in the car, and I got like, you know, somebody wants to send you a request, but it said there, Ken Cromwell wants to send you a message. And I'm like, why does that name sound so familiar? I was like, who is that? And then sure enough, he sends me a big paragraph. He goes, hey, I'm Ken. I'm from Jersey Jack Pinball. I'm with the marketing team. We see all like the posts you're doing, and we appreciate all the positivity. If you don't mind, if you're down, if you could send me your address, we'd like to send you like a care package. I was like, hell yeah, send it. I'm always down for that. So that, like I said, I'll send when I'm waiting for it still. Not still, making it sound like I'm an asshole. That's like he messaged me like Thursday. I was like, that was like I said to myself, I was like, how did he find me on Facebook? I was like, I posted to TikTok, to YouTube, and Instagram. This dude found me though on Facebook to message me. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Then the last thing, and it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. Not that it's I'm gonna do it. Because my main thing is, again, I do what I do. I like gaming. Whether it's arcade games, it's consoles, it's pinball. I like gaming. TikTok hit, and that's going back to what I've been saying. Post, just post. Go ahead, post. I should just be like in full screen right now, actually. Hold on. I always tell people, just post. Where's my thing? Hold on. There you go. I just tell people post. I tell my wife too, just post. You never know who's gonna catch on post. So TikTok, ever since I started it, it's always fun. It's just, you gotta post. And honestly, it's like a gamble. It's like roulette. You either get like the one video that like just blows up. So about like 2 months ago, Ambernick reached out to me 2 months ago. They actually reached out to me on TikTok. Then it went to like WhatsApp. And it's like the legit Ambernick company. Ambernick reached out to me and they're like, hey, we see what you're doing. I think I was playing Contra. When I was playing Contra, the new one, Galaga, messaged me and he's like, oh, hey, you know, I like that you have it on the arcade setup. Our like handheld could also play that Contra. And I'm like, so basically the way it was, they wanted to put a TikTok shop of like me promoting Ambernick, but the catch was I didn't have enough either followers, likes, subscribers. So they were like, and this is where I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. They were like, send us your login. We're gonna log in, and then we're gonna like get you to that like follower count. I'm like, nah. I was like, that's sketchy. I'm like, you're not doing that. So I'm not gonna give you my log, because now what? You're gonna put bots like on my? I'm not doing that shit. So. Again, whenever Contra Galuga came out, I don't know how long ago that was like the original one. And then all of a sudden, like last week, TikTok tells me like I have enough like viewers, I have enough subscribers, followers, likes, whatever it is. I now have the ability to put like TikTok shop on my account. Once I got that like message, Ambernick messaged me again on WhatsApp. And they kind of wrote a generic thing like, hey, Vic, what's up? How's it going? And I was like, hey, it's kind of funny you're messaging me because I now got like the ability to do TikTok shop. And they're like, oh, cool. Like, click this link. We're going to send you a sample. And you just got to like show it. I was like, okay, cool. what sample? Like, I was like, do you want to send me a bunch of samples? Like, what do you want to do? They're like, no. We're going to send you this one. And then, like, in all honesty, this is like the game now. They're like, if people buy from the shop and we see, like, activity, then we'll send you, like, the next level up. And I was like, all right, cool. So he sent me the link. And I'll be brutally honest. I said, I don't want to now turn into, like, I'm not trying to turn into a channel that's going to show, like, handhelds and, like, reviews. I'm not trying to do that. I see the comments, John. I'm going to go back to your thing if you're still here, so don't worry. But they sent me the link to this, and I was like, honestly, I was looking at this. Not this exact thing, but I was looking at something for my 3-year-old. Because she has the Switch, she has the Steam Deck, she has arcades, she has the Xbox controllers, I have the Super Nintendo controller, I have it all galore, but every time I see her playing, she's struggling to hold, like she can't grasp the controls. I mean, again, it might be like you know, the D-pad on this is like it's far. It is what it is. It's a 3-year-old. So when they sent me the link to this, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, send this to me, please. Like, send it to me. I'll make the video of it. I was like, this right here is like, I'm getting this from my kiddo. And sure enough, like, no joke, like a day after I requested it, it was in the mail. And I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, so now it's like, you know, I don't want to be that type that's going to like just start reviewing handhelds. This one though is like, I mean, not to promote it right now, but it's like solid. I'm like surprised by it, but I already did some modifications to it. But the coolest thing, man, it's a Game Boy Advance SP. And the best thing is that it just goes right in my pocket. Like, that's it. And it does exactly what I would want it to do for myself and for a 3-year-old. This right here will play like N64 and back. This has like PSP on it. I'll be honest, it's not that great. But like Super Nintendo, NES, Game Boy Color, this is what we grew up playing Game Boy on. The screen is perfect. I'm like, once I saw this, like they were going to offer me this as a sample. I was like, send it. I was like, please, I'll make a video about it. Let me take a second to stop shilling and let's see what Johnny wrote. Have you imported your Xbox Game Pass and Steam? It does it insanely fast. The PC is overkill, but it took minutes. 300. So Steam, if you understand how I do, I have Steam. I don't have Steam on this. So there's ways that I have games, but I don't have Steam linked to this. I always say it. I don't really care how great your PC is. If you're going to do like what I do right now, like when I'm streaming Abathur. I was actually going to probably maybe try to play that with you guys later. If you're doing streaming, if you're going to do like gaming, there's no point of having Launchbox, Big Box launched. That's my opinion. It's just eating processor power for no reason. I'm the type, and I said it before, like on my streams, when I'm playing Abathur, I only have Abathur loaded. I don't have Launchbox. There's nothing in the background because that, and like I said, I'm trying to stream in 4K. I'm streaming to another computer. Like, you know, there's a lot that goes to it. So, you know, in my opinion, for like, this is how I've always been though. Even when it comes to virtual pinball, I know what table I'm gonna load up. So I'm not gonna load up Popper. I'm just gonna load up VPX, load up the table, go, press stream. All that eats your computer. So it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Game Pass, if you have it, that's awesome. That's great. I personally don't have it set up because I would just launch the game alone. J-Rod, awesome. Congrats. Thank you. A real pinball channel who mentioned your channel. So you go free advertising. He kept saying how nice you seem, but man, it burned up people that you dared to go to pinball opening. Yes. I wonder what channel. Let me know, Johnny. Was that Loser Kid? Loser Kid, awesome dude. He actually, because I made my reaction video, he emailed me the next day. So that was pretty cool to talk. Before you leave, Vic, what's the next real V-pin? I see space on that wall. What do you mean? Oh, you mean real pin? Whoa. You don't know, dude. Dude. I went to the extent, do I have it? I have it on my phone. I went to this extent, and I'm not playing. Pinball has taken over my life. I'm very grateful, and it's actually really cool. Like I said, I have customers that will actually come down to my basement to like play and see the machines. I have every arcade game, I would say every arcade machine. I'm done with arcades. I have it. I have my vertical. I got my dedicated shooter, Guitar Hero, DJ Hero. My only one I'm missing is like Racer. If I wanted to do a racing cab, I spoke about my racing cab idea. I would be going full DOF. DOF reality. I even reached out to the guys. Dean Sharkey has actually, he made a pretty cool racing sim. But I saw somebody commented, I think Jay did. I think it was you, Jay. Jay commented and Dean wrote what I was afraid of / I wouldn't want. Where the seat tilts generically. Meaning probably like when the steering wheel turns, that's when your seat turns. It's not really the way that I would want DOF reality to work. DOF reality, if he went with the other, this motion sim, it's actually talking to the computer game. So, for example, like if you ran, I don't know, Project Cars 3, and if you run over like a bumpy road, it will tell the sim like you gotta bounce. Whereas like MAME, it's just generic, which is, it's granted. I understand that, but like I feel like a racing sim, I would be playing more newer racing games. I would still love to play Cruising. Don't get me wrong, I'll play Cruising all day, but it's just generic, which is cool. That's like the only cabinet I feel I'm missing. Me personally, right now, if I was, and I don't, it's kind of cool. I don't have to get rid of a cabinet, but if I was going to, I would probably be going and saying goodbye to my Konami cabinet, the Nintendo All-Star one, running the modded Nintendo Switch. Only because I have Ryujinx and it works amazingly. Not to mention upscaled 4K, 60 frames. Great. But this is where I was going to answer his question. I want to just make sure I'm not going to mess up anything. Jealousy is a terrible thing. Oh, Ian, what's up? What happened to Hyperspin? I'm sorry, Ian. I'm not looking at the chat. I'll catch up. I just want to see. Now, what I'm going to show you right now, I did this like last month. Beginning of summer. I measured out my basement. And I found this like program that will like make like a game room basement. I don't know if it's going to show right now because it's all white. Oh. I might have to send it to myself. Let me do that. I might as well save my time. I'll just do that. Hold on. Please hold. I have to figure out the one thing that gets annoyed when I do these. So I'm using like an iPad, not an iPad. I'm using like a bullshit Amazon Fire tablet that I can see the chat, but stupidly, I can't go up. So I see Ian's comment. Hyperspin is no more. That's it. It's old news. It's gone. I have now moved on to Launchbox Big Box. While I send this to myself, let me just check up on the chat. I'm sorry. Only pinball community, virtual and real, is just weird. Full of haters. I personally love seeing people's mods. I would never say anything negative about someone. That one is a good handheld and room for improvements. Awesome. Jay's talking about the handheld. Launch over on my gaming PC, not my arcade. Yeah, no. See, like if I was, it's just like this. This whole setup right here, my Bivic. The big deal about my ultimate arcade, it's the ultimate console. I could take that computer out. I could take the computer out of this, bring it to like another computer, to another screen, I should say, and I could still play. But again, same thing. If I'm playing like a PC game, I'm not launching in Launchbox. It's just I don't. There's no point. And again, to me, my 33-year-old mind just goes to, I have extra processing stuff in the background that's not needed. So I'm not going to run it. If that makes sense. Pin is pin. The love of pin should be universal regardless if it's V pin or not. Vic does both, so they need to get over it. What will the wife let you? Pirates. Oh, okay, you're talking about the real pins. Hang on. I see that you're using aim. Oh, Gustav, what's up, buddy? Using aim check. When are you going to blast away with gun for IR? Thought Ray would kind of force you by now. Yes, Ray has. And if you are joining, I did mention it. Like I said, that right now, it's... And like I said, I want it. Trust me, I want it. Every time I've done customer builds with the 24-volt time crisis sliding recoil, I'm like, I need this in my life. But to spend, and again, those aren't cheap guns. It's $1,000 a gun, 900. I go right to 1,000 because I know Ray, it's 1,000. I need 2 guns. That's $2K. So spending $2K on something that I don't play every day, I'm perfectly fine with the aim tracks. Now, yes, I could say to Ray, and Ray has offered one time. He sent me like a gun con too, like to just play around with. It's just once I've experienced the time crisis guns, I don't want anything but that. The sliding recoil changes your life. And like, no joke, about a month ago, my sister-in-law's boyfriend, we were down here. We actually played House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn. That's probably like the 3rd shooting game I've ever completed, start to end. And no joke, he's a cool dude. He's a gamer. He likes his horror stuff. He likes the shooting stuff. And it was like, after like the 30 minutes, 45 minutes it took us to beat it, that was it. We were tired, done. So I'm like, again, my mind, for 2K, I could possibly score a pinball machine. So, and not to mention, I have like a couple of stages. So just, yes. But Ray has made fun of me. Yes, I still have my aim tracks. They work. And they said, if I was playing shooting games every day like I was playing pinball, believe me, I would have updated a long time ago. That whole setup, this whole PC would have been updated. But it's still running a Dell Optiplex. It's still running 1050 Ti. And no joke, it's turned on 4 times out of the year. And whenever a shooting game comes out, and I'll make content. I'll make a video about it. But yes, that's it. J-Rod, exactly. It's our hobby. There should be no haters. Dean has a Yaw 2. Chris Cool Mod Yaw 3. Said it was a total pain in the ass to set up. Putting it together is a nightmare. See? That's the same thing with DOF Reality. DOF Reality, these things come, the company is in Russia. So I know people are trying to get parts, and it's like, the whole situation. Setting up is a nightmare. Imagine now, I would have to send it set up. I would have to send out the cabinet totally built. It's wild. A convert to big box and launch box. Welcome. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, sorry. It took me a while to answer your question, but yes. It was a big thing. So now, going back to what Johnny's saying. Okay, I have to send this to myself. Because you'll understand. You'll understand the obsession is real. I like that I have Android. They have this thing called Quick Share, but I have to download this program on my computer. I'm not doing that. Hold on. I will share it in a second. Hold on. So while I load this up, basically what I did, this is the beginning of summer. I literally was sitting, and I was like, how many machines can I fit down here? And by machines, I mean pinball machines. I said, how many pins can I fit down here? So I went and I got to measuring. I measured every square inch of this space. I'm grateful for my basement. Very grateful. I knew that when I was doing the construction of my house, I was like, this here is my domain. And I need it. How can we do this now? Hold on. For summer. Let's see, how can we share this? Hold on. Please hold. Is it going to show my photo? Nope. Oh, it shows it, but it's so small. Damn it. Hold on. I'm going to have to give you guys the Inception treatment. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have to just get the Inception treatment real quick. Ugh, I'm just gonna lower myself. I'm hoping that you can see this full screen. Let me just wait for it. I hope you can see it full screen. Again, streaming on TikTok too. If you are on TikTok, you could head on over to YouTube. I just want to wait and make sure that this this shows correctly. Hold on. Inception. Okay, cool. You could see it. Awesome. All right. You can't see me, which is fine. I don't really care. Can I zoom in? Yeah. Okay, cool. So, if you look carefully at this, I assume you could see my mouse. I hope you could see my mouse. There's actually a way that I could make sure you could see my mouse. Capture mouse. Okay, good. It's on. Forever. Oh, this is... No, it's Inception. This is not what I want. Okay, that's fine. All right. I'm pretty sure you can see the mouse. Awesome, right? This right now is telling me that I could fit 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pinball machines plus my V pin. That is what this drawing is telling me. And that is still keeping all my existing arcade cabinets. This kind of corner here where this like 4x6 is, that's like my desk. That's that. That's where the Vic VP logo is. That's where like my chair is. So that's keeping all that space. So yes, just like Johnny recognizes, I could fit one more pinball machine right next to the Don. But essentially I could fit 9. Plus the V pin. Essentially, right now, the way this is, the V pin, which is this one with the 3 circles, that would be moved. The V pin right now is sitting where like this cabinet is. It would move, and that's fine. It's a-okay. But yes, yes, pinball has taken a toll. Again, I'm hoping that you can see the cursor right here next to these pins, these 3 where my current Toy Story is. That's the shooter cabinet right there. What's kind of wonky is that there is 2 doors here that go to like, I have my electrical panel. In all honesty, I rarely open them. So the shooter cabinet, it's on wheels, so I could always pull it out and move it around. Here, I might have to make a modification for it. This big one right here is what I'm looking at right now. This is where you are right now. This is the Bivic 4-player in this big pocket here. Next to this, again, I have it like labeled somewhere, but it's like, one of these is the Neo Geo. One of these is the Mega Touch. Another one is like a Mega Touch, the bar top. It's just probably one of these over here. And then I have like the vertical. I have all the arcade cabinets I have here now is in this drawing. So yes, there you go. That was how my summer started. I'm kind of interested to see how this double back-to-back is. But yeah, it was actually funny. I told my wife last week, I was like, guess what? I was like, I could fit 9. I could bring down 9 pinball machines down here. And she was like, you're going to get more? And I'm like, yeah, that is the goal, to get more. What machines now? I'll fill you in on that. I remember you saying you measured and could fit 9 pins. Yes, Jay. There you go. Vic used the IKEA app to make a virtual arcade in his basement. No, I forgot what I used. It's like a GameRoomDesigner.com, something like that. I want to play Pirates, Jersey Jack. Anyone know if there is one out in the wild anywhere? Pirates of the Caribbean, you got to go to, you're by me. You got to go to Pinball, Long Island. Patch Hog. They have a Pirates. Plus V-Pin and rest, nice. Don't ever get rid of the Neo Geo cabinet. I can't. So like I said, the arcade side of things, I'm set. I love my Neo Geo cabinet, especially like I said when family comes over and it's like party time. Jay was one that witnessed it when he came over. Neo Geo had like Metal Slug on it, and then I had like Street Fighter 2 HD on the Switch cabinet. I always just leave one game. I don't go multicade on that, meaning people can't exit it. But yes. Now, it's kind of funny, right? Because it's like you go down this. It's really bad. I don't like to say the word. I'm gonna say it though because it's true though. It's an addiction. Pinball machines is an addiction. And I've said it. If you've seen like the first original like streams, this is cool. I kind of like this. I could probably do this every Monday. Like I said, if you ever see like if you see like my original like streams, and you know, what's cool with the V pin, you play games. Like Baywatch, which I honestly haven't played ever since we played again. I should load that up. You play games, those pins, those DMD era pins, but depending on the game, I'll be honest, Royal Rumble, I have that in the garage still. And it's funny, my wife was like, when are you going to bring that down? And I was like, I got to get an Escalera. I learned that. I experienced an Escalera. The Godfather was the first machine that I bought. I had my own hand truck. I bought it down the steps. I actually dented, like I have like these chrome trims on my steps. I dented the chrome trim. That thing's a fucking tank. Godfather is officially bolted. The game is brutal. It's tough. I love it though. That game is considered bolted. I'm not getting rid of that game. It's a tank. Toy Story, I hired a moving company to bring that down. Terrifying. Because I thought it was gonna go down the steps because the dude like missed the step, and it scared the shit out of me. I almost took a shit in my pants. Fast forward now, like 2 months ago, I had a guy locally. He bought a V pin from Rec Room Worlds. He bought a V pin. It had to go down 17 steps. The thing was a fucking tank. It was a 50-inch build. Again, Rec Room Worlds. He posted it on Facebook in like a Facebook group for like Long Island pinball people. And I was like, oh, I'll come help you out. I didn't know it was 17 steps. I got there. It was in the garage. We had to bring it up 5 steps into his like main entrance. The thing was a fucking tank. And luckily though, he had somebody that loaned him an Escalera. The Escalera is like the hand truck that will go down the steps or up the steps for you. It makes things easier. And I was like, oh, cool, you have an Escalera. I can experience an Escalera because I'm most likely going to need that. And what's so stupid, it's 4 steps here. It's 4. That's it. It's just 4 steps. I have to go down 4 steps. But when I saw Godfather and I had it in the hand truck and I was like terrified, I was like, oh, this is going to go. I'm like, I made a bad decision. Where was I going with that? I saw the Escalera, I experienced the Escalera. Now I want an Escalera because I'm like, I could either rent it out, but it's like $1,000. It might even be more. Anyway, I found a guy with an Escalera. You know, I'll give him a couple of bucks. I'm not gonna ask him for free. So I said to the wife, I was like, until I get another pin, I'll just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Meaning, I'll ask the guy for the Escalera. And I'll get 2 pins down here at once. And that's why I have not bought down Royal Rumble. I play it. But going back, like I said, V-Pin, a game like Royal Rumble, I've almost beaten it. I almost beat it. Once you hit that final wizard mode, you beat it. And that's kind of like where, Data East, Williams, Bally is, Gottlieb. It's like those era games. I have this feeling that like once I beat it, that's like it. I'll still play it, don't get me wrong. But it's like I beat it now. I'm like, all right, now I could push it to the side. That's why like Royal Rumble, again, my video when I talked about Royal Rumble, my intent was play it, fix it, do everything I wanted to do it, beat it, sell it, or trade it. And I've gone through so much with the Royal Rumble that now I just want to keep it. But I've yet to beat it. Keep that in mind. So that's what's cool with V-Pin, right? Where am I going with this? Like, Johnny's asking, like, what's the next pin? I'm looking at, like, weird, obscure games. The next one I have in my sights, Was it in my site? It is. It is. It was shockingly in my site, but it's not totally in my. Anyway, I'm looking for Roller Coaster Tycoon. I know, right? Like what? I know. Trust me. Out of all the pins, I didn't know Roller Coaster Tycoon was a pin until I played it on the V pin, and then I grew up on Roller Coaster Tycoon. Going back, like I said, MS DOS. It wasn't MS DOS. I know it's a it's a Windows game. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon was huge. Now to see that it's a pinball, I want it. Now though, the other thing is that it's a pinball machine that apparently isn't like, it's not a Deadpool, it's not a Pirates of the Caribbean, it's not an Indiana Jones. Meaning it's not gonna be expensive. So I'm like, all right, cool. So like I'm waiting for that. But then it's like you just go down this hole, dude. I'm just going down. I'm going down. World Cup Soccer. That's another one that's been on my sites. Played it on VPN. But again, playing VPN, it's a different feel. Basically, though, I have like, again, my list right there. Like, if you're talking older games, Roller Coaster Tycoon, World Cup Soccer, I have my Royal Rumble. So, like, let's count that. I have it, though. I have my Royal Rumble. Sopranos. That is definitely top tier. If I could get a Sopranos and it's working and functioning, I'm in it. And then, maybe like another, not obscure game, but probably like a popular old game. Like right now, it blew my mind. I was going to text Joel. Because now Joel's down that rabbit hole. Joel has joined the pinball force. Somebody they were 200 miles away though. Dude, they had a Getaway 2, high speed Getaway 2, $2,000. And I was like, oh, I would have bought it. $2,000? But it was like 250 miles away. And it's already marked pending. I'm like, you can't, anything that's $2,000, if it's a pinball machine, you can't pass that up. So yes, I'm looking at like a highway. Like my main thing right now is the Roller Coaster Tycoon and the Sopranos. So if you look carefully, right, we have 9 pins that we could fit. I already have my 2 behind me. I already have my Royal Rumble, my Roller Coaster Tycoon, let's just say, World Cup Soccer. I now have like 4 open slots. Those 4 slots would be something where like, I'll be honest, you could call me a Jersey Jack fanboy. I can't get enough. Everybody that comes over and sees those machines, they're like mind blown. The light show is beautiful. I don't know Elton John, but I wouldn't mind getting an Elton John. But that's a game that I could expect to trade/sell. That's like, I would hit a point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a game and I know I'm gonna sell it. That's why I'm looking to invest in an Escalator, because then I don't have to pay a guy to keep coming over to move my machines. Hook. Ian, good point about Hook. Yes, Hook. Data East. I love Data East. Again, Royal Rumble. I'm looking for a Jurassic Park for the wife. She likes Jurassic Park growing up. Like I mentioned before about Toy Story, I bought it for the wife and kiddo, but it's really for me. Jurassic Park, I'm not a fan of. Fuck me, right? I never got into it like that. But hearing my wife like Jurassic Park, I'm like, oh, Data East has one and Stern. So Jurassic Park, Data East is the original first one that the T-Rex ate the ball. Somebody had, and so Hook, I'm not a Peter Pan fan, but somebody was selling a Hook by me for $2,500. Hook though, there's also a TMNT, there is a Ninja Turtles, Data East. It's just like the DMD is so small though. It's not like a regular DMD. So it's kind of like, immediately I'm like, I want it. Like I don't like the DMD on it. But again, I'm the type where if I find a good deal, Jurassic Parks by me don't go for less than $3,500. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $3,500 on a Data East. Again, meaning that I feel like it's a game that you could beat. You could play it, you beat it, on with it. Royal Rumble, though, is a perfect example. I paid $2,000 for that. Fixed up and everything. Like, even now, somebody in, like, Jersey, I think, is selling a Royal Rumble, but they want, like, $3,500. not updated. And I'm like, no, that's expensive. I wouldn't advise to that. But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Hook. Hook is a Data East game. And yes, TMNT. Oh, Ian mentioned TMNT too. Yes. TMNT was probably the first game with a spinner. I could be wrong. Maybe Cyclone. I don't know. Jersey Jack machines are made to play for 10 minutes. The Stearns, I feel, still to be quick to make money in bars. Someone was selling World Cup. I know. Okay, Johnny, you haven't been here, I guess. That 4K, that World Cup you've seen today, it looks like the guy like relisted it because it's been buried. Let me see. I'll show you right now. It's funny. And like I said, I have the notifications for it. Yes, I know. So that World Cup soccer has been up on Marketplace for months. It doesn't move. That's like where I kind of sit there. I'm like, this guy's sitting on a World Cup soccer. It doesn't move. I offered that dude $2K. I have to see if I can find it now. Hold on. I offered him $2K. Yes. You could call me an asshole for doing a lowball thing. I'm the type, though, that I see it sitting on Marketplace. If it sits, the longer it sits, the better it is for me. I got to see if I can. This one, yeah, right here. This guy's 50 miles out. He's in Jersey. I wrote to him June 19th. Exact words. You want to look at it, you could see it. I don't know. I mean, I have like my whatever. I wrote here, seen this up for a while. Just wanted to shoot an offer of $2K. He wrote to me, in talks, we'll let you know. That was June 19th. It is now August whatever. Hasn't moved. I would right now, I wrote to him too. June 23rd. Any updates? I'll be around all week. July 7, I wrote anything. He's seen it, but he didn't reply. So maybe I'll get a World Cup soccer for 2K. The other one, and this is kind of crazy. This one was. I might as well just show you. Like, why am I even like, what am I doing? Hold on. I want to make sure I do it right, though. I like this. This is fun. I should do this more often. Jay knows I'm always here. Hang on. I have to bring in the Firefox. Oh, okay, good. I have it here. One cam old way. Sorry. Okay, let me copy this. Bring this to my old way. Okay, cool. So you can see that. Hold on. Hold that thought. Stay on me for a second. Hello. This one bugs me. Go to Marketplace. This one it bugs the shit out of me on this one. But can't lie, the same thing that's happened to this, okay, happened to that free 99 EM find. Can I blow this up? How can I blow this up? I think I was message again. How can I blow this up? It's alright. I'll show you anyway. Alright, let's bring this back in. So we got one cam old view. Cool. Get this, right? That's the ad right there. This this is funny. That's the ad right there. Look at the ad. This made me chuckle because, again, I have my notifications for arcade and pinball. He wrote here, arcade game, Earthshaker, 2K. Like I mentioned before, a pinball machine for 2K, that's like, whoa. Like, you know, that's a great deal. Earthshaker, beautiful game. It's a very fun game. I would not mind getting this. This now, like I said, I have my list. Earthshaker was not on my list, but I played it at Pinball Long Island. I played it on VPin. Fun game. It's a fun game. Now, luckily I clicked on this, right? And this pictures. I click on the next picture. What is in the background? What is in the background of this picture? What's in the background? There's a fucking roller coaster tycoon in the background. And I'm like, this guy's in Jersey? This is like, I think it's like 60 miles out. What are the odds that I click on this, there's a fucking roller coaster tycoon in the background? What are the odds? And like, if you look at the pictures, I'm like, it looks like I don't know. Is this somebody's garage, or is this like, is it like maybe like a kid's activity center? I messaged them. I said, hey, are you getting rid of that roller coaster tycoon by any chance? I wrote that. I was like, hey, are you getting rid of that roller coaster tycoon? And this is, like I said before, this is what annoyed the shit out of me. I wrote there. So I saw that ad last week. I wrote, are you... Johnny got it. I offered to take both. Well, first thing is this, right? I wrote to him. Where is it? That's like another thing, too. I want to make sure I don't lose it. My exact words, I wrote, would you do the roller coaster tycoon for 2K? I would definitely do that if it's available. This was August 1st. I wrote this, August 1st. Then I wrote, if anything, I'll offer you 3K for both machines. This past Friday. So this is the thing that bugs the shit out of me. It's not seen. He hasn't seen it. So the guy's not like looking at his messages. It's sent. So I wrote to him Friday. I said, hey, I'm available to pick up both this weekend. It's just not seen. I'm praying to the pinball gods that it's going to turn into just like those 3 EM pins where the guy for 2 weeks didn't reply and then bang. And I'm also doing it in a way, because you got to remember, you got to think of it like this, right? People see that. Or an Earthshaker. If you haven't played Earthshaker, it's a fun game. It's not a game that I would want to own, but for 2K, you fix it up, you LED it out, it's a beautiful game. The one in Pinball Long Island, the guy has it purpled out. He like purpled the lockdown bar, the side rails, and the DMD. Like it's an alphanumeric DMD. It's not a DMD, it's an alpha. So it's got like the numbers and all that, like a Bride of Pinbot. It's a cool game. And I was like, 2K for a pinball machine? Whoa. And I just happened to have clicked on that second picture and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's got a, and not to mention, I gotta figure out what, like, how can I zoom in on this without like fucking up anything? Yeah, oh, I could. Hold on, let's bring you back. Not to mention, do you see? There's no dings on the side of this cabinet. All the roller coaster tycoons I've seen, Sopranos, where the flippers are, artwork is beat to hell. This is a home use only pin right here. And I was like, and there's like a bag on top of it, so I'm like, maybe it doesn't work. That's fine though, I'm down for the challenge. But yeah, I saw that, I was like, what? I was like, what are the odds of me seeing that? And now I just have to play the waiting game, that's all it is. That's, hello, bonjour, there you go. Gotta play the waiting game. But yeah, that's that journey. Medieval Madness, good point. So Medieval Madness, I mentioned it while I was playing Medieval Madness. I would look at the CGC remake. Beautiful game. I beat it. And then, of course, I'm prone to breaking V-pins. At least I beat it on V-pin. But, again, like I said, the plus side to V-pin, I could play all the tables. The downside, though, is like the reality of actually hitting all those shots. When you get a real pinball involved, it's not as easy as it is like on a V-pin, to be brutally honest. So it's like I would still like a Medieval Madness, but it's not one of those tops. If I did get one, it would definitely be a CGC, 100%. I wouldn't be getting like the original OG because they want like 20K for it. Not happening. Offer to take both. Can probably get you real pins for about 5. I can probably get you real pins for about 5K. I don't know the titles. You would have to have come to Jersey near Staten Island. He owes me, and if he has to use one of his pins, you'll pay cash for him. Like I said, everything I see on Marketplace, I see everything Marketplace, pin side. So right now, and I offered it, same thing. There's a guy that's selling a Sopranos pin. It's beat though. It's definitely been out. It's been on route. Where the flippers are, the buttons faded. You need all new art on that. Guy wants like 5,500, and I'm like, no. It's like, this is just no. But on pin side, like Sopranos is going for like 7, 8K, depending on what it is. So basically now, like I said, I have like 3 or 4 openings. I wouldn't mind. Like I said, Stern. For some reason, and it's funny, I'm not a Ninja Turtles fan, but Stern's Ninja Turtles, it's like the color on it is like, I want to play this. And every time I go to Pinball Island, I play it. So I wouldn't mind getting a hold of a Ninja Turtles, but I'm looking at like the premiums. I'm not looking at the pros. I have this thing where the pros, I'm just not looking. I don't want a pro. Foo Fighters. I would be down for a Foo Fighters. But I feel like that's a game where it's like I'll play it, and then it's like, okay, I could pass it on. Like, something about these two, maybe because, like I said, it's my first pins and it's like sentimental value. That Godfather ain't moving. That is bolted. I called it like 2 weeks ago. Bolted. Toy Story, I've been loving it. The kids love it. The kiddo, I should say, and the wife love it. I'm going to consider Toy Story bolted. It's a fun game. I haven't fully beaten it. That's like the thing. Like I haven't fully. I got through the first wizard mode, but like I haven't beaten it. So it's like that's gonna be there. He's not selling. He owes. Oh, okay. Let me know. But yeah, it has to be like. I seen like Iron Maiden popping up. Deadpool. I played Deadpool on location. Fun game. Do I want to own one though? I don't know. I'm right now for Jersey Jack. I'm just praying that they get into that insider connected realm. That's what we need on these, is like the challenges and all that. That's what we need on that. But yeah, as far as that, another one, Tales of the Arabian Nights. I've never played it on V-Pin and I love it. It's a beautiful table. Rarely seen, but they're expensive. If CGC comes out with a Totan remake, I would be the first one to put a deposit down. Looney Tunes. There's another one. So Looney Tunes Spooky. I like Looney Tunes. Don't get me wrong. I love Looney Tunes. I have that I made a video you'll see of the plushies I got. I would love Looney Tunes, but something about Spooky, I don't know how their like quality control is. Every Spooky pin I've seen on location is broken. So it's like, do I want to spend like 12 grand on a Looney Tunes and worry about it breaking? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to figure out right now what Jersey Jack is going to send me. What is Ken sending me? I'd be cool with a t-shirt. Like, that's fine. 2K is fairly standard for most Australian auction house pins. We must do all right, I guess. Interesting. Again, for me, anything 2K and under is normally an EM early solid state. You're not really going to find DMD era games for 2K. That's why, like I said, even that alphanumeric, that Earthshaker for 2K, it's like a no-brainer. Earthshaker is a beautiful game. And what's actually pretty funny now, if that deal comes through, I would have 3 Pat Lawler design cabs. He did Toy Story, he did Roller Coaster Tycoon, he did Earthshaker, which wasn't like a thing for me. Like, I like how Toy Story is laid out. My brother likes it, my family like it. They like the layout on Toy Story, and I'm like, that's Pat Lawler, and they're like, okay, I don't know who that is, but cool. Then it's like Monopoly, but I'm not a Monopoly fan. Monopoly, there's been a couple that's popped up on Marketplace. I'm just not a Monopoly fan. It's a Pat Lawler though, but I'm not like die hard for Pat Lawler. I love the Lord of the Rings. Even the new Hobbit was fun. It's tough because of space. Isn't Looney Tunes exactly the same as Chainsaw? Yes, I'm not a horror fan, so I don't look at Chainsaw Massacre. Apparently the table was made for Chainsaw and then reskinned for Looney. But it's Looney Tunes, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like, I'm a fan of Looney Tunes. I grew up on Looney Tunes, but it's just something about when you hear the word spooky, it's like a deflect. Like, nope. Like I said, Pinball Long Island, they have Scooby-Doo, always broken. Either flippers or it just doesn't work. Even the guy, the owner at Pinball Long Island, he's like, yo, I'm never doing another spooky, especially if it has an auto ball launcher. I was like, he's like, he has like an Alice, whatever it is, an Allison Cooper. I don't know what that is, Allison Cooper. I have no idea. But it's always broken. It's always down. Lord of the Rings is stern. I'm not into Lord of the Rings, so I'm not, it's a theme not for me. Like I said, it's just funny, like it's cool. It's been exciting because, again, posting, and it's so crazy. Jay's just like the OG. Again, I'm not, how do you say it? I'm not like into like the sub count, but it's like once you see numbers going up, it's like, what the fuck? It's kind of cool. It's like, oof. So before I played Abathur, I was at 7,800 subs. We did the 4 streams of Abathur, and I still have to play it. And right now, I'm at 7,955. I somehow gained like 150 subs from like last week. I'm like, whoa. Like, again, I was never into the subs. But like, you see like you see numbers, you're like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, how? So I'm like, I'm almost there. I'm almost at 8K. I'm like, yeah. I need like 45 more subs and I'm at 8K. And then it's kind of cool because now it's like, you know, I got Ambernick, like, hey, like, you know, check out our thing. And Jersey Jack is sending me something. And something, I haven't spoken about it. You know, like Johnny was mentioning before about the hate where I got to play John Wick. I reached out to somebody. I reached out to the company. The ball is in motion. They're waiting right now for a distributor by me. So that's exciting. Very exciting. Again, I don't like talking about it because it's not in my hands. But it would be pretty funny and pretty cool. Oh, that was the fucking... It'd be pretty funny and pretty cool if it's suddenly a machine shows up and then I'm in that world now. Where that's like the one thing I haven't spoken about it. I reached out, and it's cool. Like it may or may not happen. We're right now in like the 2nd month of me waiting for a distributor. It is what it is. It's cool. I do have to get back into streaming pinball. Like I want to do that. It's such a process to bring the cameras down from the Royal Rumble. I have to do that. The Hobbit is Jersey Jack. Yes. I'm not sure what you mean by virtual or real. The Hobbit is Jersey Jack. Apparently, no. I believe the Hobbit was the first Jersey Jack pinball machine made. I'm more excited and anxious to see what the next one for Jersey Jack is going to be. I wonder what their next game is going to be. I have no insights. Ken messaged me, but I didn't ask him, like, what's the next game? I don't know. Just have to wait. And if the timing is right, it's probably going to be like when Expo happens, which I'm contemplating on going to, because Ken invited me to, like, he said, we'll give you a private tour of the facility. And I'm like, wow. With that though, I would probably, if I do go, it's still up in the air. I told the wife, and I would actually bring my brother along. My dad might also want to tag along. It's a 4-day thing. And my brother's like, you would go all 4 days? I'm like, yeah, I would go all 4 days. Like, I would definitely. Voltron, that sounds V-Pin. Ultraman is real. That's spooky. I believe it's Ultraman. Voltron is probably V-Pin. Like I said, that was cool. Like Ken, if I go, I would bring Retro Ralph with me. If I go and get that private viewing, I would bring Ralph with me. Something about Ralph. Ralph, honestly, I've always loved the dude. He's a great guy. But when I was getting the hate from John Wick, he and B were the only like 2 guys that reached out to me and was like, "Don't worry, Vic, you did great." It was funny. I mentioned in another stream, like Ralph's audio, like his mics are always amazing. He sent me like voice memos, and I was like, "Yo, his voice, like the voice memos sounded crystal clear." I'm like, this dude did not send me a voice memo on the phone. He definitely not. So yeah, Ralph is a cool dude. Never met him in person, but I would definitely be like, hey, if I go, do you want to tag along, bring the cameras and all that? It's awesome. It's just cool. Like I said, I never really thought that was going to happen out of this YouTube stuff. And views, it happens. It is what it is. And like I said, it's cool. It's just kind of cool, like, to get, like, that message. And it's like, hey, like, we're going to send you this. Like, oh, cool. The cool thing also is that this is something that, like, I said that to myself, too, about my TikTok shop. I was like, I'm going to be posting stuff that is, like, actually, like, gaming related, which what I do. Like, I'm not going to post about, like, a lawnmower. Like, like, what? That's it, Johnny. Same here. I'm probably going to go upstairs, too. We're going to watch some TV. I appreciate you hanging out, as always. Yes, streaming is more fun than playing games sometimes, yes. It's just cool to just kind of relax and mellow out. We did the Sundays, but now I was actually going to do a Sunday afternoon. I was going to do this whole thing Sunday afternoon, but Sundays are like, you get so relaxed. And then I start up Godfather, and then I start playing pinball, and then 4 hours go by. Later, dude. I appreciate you hanging out. Thank you. Thank you for the words. Thank you. But yeah, it's fun. It's always fun. I have to... That's probably I mean, I have like 2 videos in the chamber. I think one's going out to YouTube tomorrow or Wednesday. Like I said, I'm waiting for that translate because then I can make the official video for Royal Rumble. I sent the beta code for the DMD, so it's like it would all tie in. The Jersey Jack, when I get that package, that'd be cool. I'm going to work on like 2 videos on this. I did go live on this on TikTok. I went live with this, showing it off. Got like 4,000 views. It was pretty cool to see. A lot of questions, a lot of concerns. I'm right now like looking at it and I'm like, there's a couple of modifications that I would have to do to this where I plan to make a video about that mod. The cool thing with this, like I said, it's retro. And with this new Launchbox build, I've gone down the retro achievement setup. And what's funny, Ambernick, their retro arc, if this is running on a retro arc, it had achievements like hidden. So I had to go and enable stuff, and now I have retro achievements on this. So I could go on the go, but granted you do need Wi-Fi. But yeah, it's cool. Voice meter is what you want to sound like Ralph. Really? Voice meter? Easy setup. I'm going to have to look at that. I know he's got great mics, but I'm telling you, he sent me like a voice memo when I was getting butchered from the real pinball people. And I was like, dude, this, like, he sounds like he's right next to me. I'm like, this is crystal clear. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, I'm anxious to show off this. This is going to be cool. it's like, it's insane. And then like on the live I did today, people were like, I got a Steam Deck. I have a Nintendo Switch. And I was like, I get that, but like this, you could put this in your pocket. It's cool. It's just, what a journey. And again, it's 7 years ago. I went back, that was when the first video I made, which was showing off the Gamecase, the portable arcade. 7 years. So it's kind of funny, like if you think about it, 7 years to hit almost 8,000 subs. It's like, I don't think those numbers are that great. But again, I'm in the mode now where it's like, I just gotta post. Like post. I gotta do like what B Kong was doing and post. But I'm trying not to burn myself out. That's like, a lot of people get burnt out. Then it's like also like, I don't really watch too many people. Some people pop up, like my YouTube channels, they pop up. Rexer, I never watched him. But then he was like, I'm gonna take a break. And then he's making more videos, and I don't know. Rexer is fine. I watch like the Super Game Room dudes once in a while, but I'll be brutally honest, dude. I can't tell if those guys are like sarcastic or they are just like not, like when they talk to each other and they like either make fun of each other. I can't tell if they're being sarcastic to each other. I'm like, scratches my head. Like, voice meter. I gotta see, is this like an app or is this like a PC program? Like, is this like an OBS plugin? I gotta see this. It's also, so another thing to mention, mind-blowing. And it's really gonna be the test of time to see Wednesday. Wednesday I have a video going out about modifying the Arcade 1-Up Legacy that I did a short on. I'm anxious to see the numbers of that because as like I see on YouTube, it blows my mind that Arcade 1-Up is still something that people like want to see and like talk about, and the Arcade 1-Up views is mind-boggling to me. I'm like, so that'll be the test. Once I show, I modded a Legacy with a Pandora box. The shorts, the TikTok blew up. Like the shorts has like, I think like 3,000 views on it. I'm like, how? Like, how? How is this possible? So again, I had that set for Wednesday, I believe. Like how? I don't understand. Like Arcade 1-Up is still like a thing. I don't get it. But then it's like these people are just like, it's dead and they're digging their own hole. And I'm like, we're still on Arcade 1-Up, I guess. It's still a thing. Cornercade, I don't watch him, but he shows up like on my recommended. Nothing against him. I've heard stories about him, but nothing against him. I don't talk bad about people. Like there's no point. It's like there's no fun in that. Like this, somebody enjoys it, that's cool. It's just mind-boggling to me that people are still interested in Arcade 1-Up news, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, my main focus is like gaming. I just want to play my games. Jay is like my witness. Abathur came out. I have to beat Abathur. I was supposed to play that, but now I sat down. It's like once I sit down, like that's it. I kind of clock out. But yeah, it's fun. It's awesome. I plan to do a lot more of these. Again, we did four Musketeers. People get busy. Lives get busy. And, you know, doing these, like, I also know people want scheduled stuff. I know that. It's just so hard to keep a schedule with a 3-year-old. And Jay's like a witness where like I'll be playing pinball, she'll wake up, I have to go upstairs, and then it's like I'll replay the stream back and it's like, where did Vic go? I never went into like editing the streams. You could edit it somehow. I never. Me personally, honestly, when it comes to streams, I feel like it's like a 1 or 2 day time frame and then that's it. Like that stream is like done. Nobody's gonna look back on like an old stream. Software that can be used on OBS, live audio cleaning and tone adjustment. Interesting. I'm going to put that as a note to make myself. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ian. I'm definitely making a note about that. I was even looking at investing in like a DJI mic. Really also for the videos. Like to get mic'd up to send to the camera, like when I make a video. I right now have like one of those Rode mics. I gotta probably change that. That'll probably be like the next investment. There's a lot. There's a lot of investments I want to do. The one I do want to do is this one here, the OLED, my 55-inch OLED TCL. I do want to swap that out for the C3 for 120 hertz gaming. You don't see 120 hertz on stream though, but it's more about like for me, because again, my main PC down there, that's the C2 42-inch OLED, 120 hertz. Beautiful. Anytime I try to play like a game, not like Avatar. Avatar you don't need 120 hertz for, but like Tony Hawk, playing like, you know, Counter-Strike on that, that's like insane. So I am waiting to see like a new one. Then I would update the PC on this. I would update the PC because I'm right now running a 2060 Super on this. Maybe contemplating going into Ryzen, updating to Ryzen on this build. I don't know. There's a lot. I also kind of want to move this camera to here because I keep looking at myself. But then it's like awkward because I'll be looking down. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I also got new lights. I got one light. Good thing I bought those. Amazon Prime deal. And it's good. It lights me up. Because if I didn't, I'd be dark. It's like you start learning. Yeah, see, look. You start learning, man, that it's kind of true. It's kind of factual. Once you start looking at like camera quality, mic quality, lighting, you know, it keeps people like more engaged. So yeah, it's a thing. Again, I added like the camera behind me when I was playing Avatar. It's all cool. It's all fun. I said I'm just more like I'm still playing with this. This is like the next thing that's on my mind. This is only taking up like a day or two out of my life. It's cool, right? Isn't that like insane? It's the fucking Game Boy SP. The only thing that's like bugging me about this is that it's got like the Game Boy Advance section. It's like not. It's like mislabeled, and it bugs me. But I'm just planning like, and that was like another thing I said to myself, right? So I mentioned it to like Joel. I sent it to Joel and Ray. I was like, oh look, like Ambernick reached out to me, and Ray was like, oh, like Ambernick's like a legit like company, like that's like cool, like somebody like a legit company reached out to you. And then like he mentioned like Pal Kitty. There's another one, AION or whatever. I don't know. I said to them, I was like, I got this, right? Even like being truthful with you guys, like I got this. Do I like shill this? Do I like make this like an amazing thing? I'm like, no, I'm not planning to do that. I'm not planning to do that. I appreciate it, Ambernick, believe me. And I'm not saying that this is a bad, it's not bad. I actually like this. The only thing now is I have to compare it. I would compare it in this price range. What can you get? I think right now it's like 78 bucks, but other people on TikTok said it's like 40 bucks. 40 bucks, done. Get this. 78 is I still say it's worth it. Again, I'm more interested to see about the battery life on it. But after like the $100 point break, like price point, no. But then it's like, they have like $150 Ambernicks. That's like big. I would draw the line on this. Because this is what I wanted to do. This is portable. And it's got PSP. Is the emulation perfect? No. Is it good? There's no analog stick. So I did like you go into PPSSP, the emulator, and then you enable axis swap. So I could push a button and then now my D-pad turns to the analog stick. Is that stock? No. I have to make a tutorial about that. So it's like, I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna make a like 5 things you must do. And the one thing that I noticed today, because somebody on the live stream asked, this, it doesn't. It has a handful. It doesn't have Mario games on it. So I'm like, ooh, somebody must have reached out to them. So I went, there's 2 SD cards in here. I took it out, popped it in the computer, and I did add like Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, All-Stars Mario Kart. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, I'm missing like Game Boy Advance games. It had the Game Boy, like Mario 6 coins. I had that growing up. But it was missing Mario games. And I'm like, ooh. I'll have to make a tutorial video on how to add that. But all in all, solid. I enjoy this. I enjoy this. It's cool. You never know what's next to be sent. what next product review to see. It's cool. It is what it is. I'm just kind of happy, and YouTube has been fun. It's been cool. It's been an outlet. Growing up, like, I was a shy kid. I wasn't a popular kid. So I feel like at least I have, like, friends. I have, like, virtual friends, which is cool. But yeah, I enjoy every second of it. It's cool. That's it. I spoke a lot. Ian, if you're still here. Jay, I'm pretty sure, is in the background. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, I just got to work on, like, a schedule. That's, like, the one thing I know. Like, you know, people look forward to the game room dudes are, like, every Friday at, like, 9, whatever it is. I got to work on a schedule. But it's not, like, my main priority. It's not main priority. But yes, whoever's here, have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. If you watch this after the fact, thank you for watching. And we'll hang out. That's it. Stay tuned. We got, again, like I said, I got to work on my the launch box video and all that. Yep. Thanks for watching. Good night. I'm going to awkwardly go over there and stop the stream.